like if we need to read any of those joining things exactly,
sure.
Do you have them available? Okay.
I do.
Cool.
We'll refer to the guidance for the Joining in Light Miracle Worksheet. And you can find that on joininginlight.net. And there's some steps. So I'll let you take it away.
Yeah, Elliot, I think Jesus is going to tell you everything.
Yeah. You need to mute YouTube. Oh.
I was telling Elliot, Jesus is going to tell him everything.
Yeah, good evening, beloved mighty companions. Welcome to this Holy Light Circle. Let's go ahead and start the evening by listening to our shared light.
Welcome.
Well, Renee, I'm hearing to ask you what the desire we're looking at today is.
We've been looking at the desire for the death wish.
Nice.
Yep.
Stick with that one.
Yep.
Okay, so for those of you who are watching, the first thing that we do is just admit to the desire. So what we're going to do is just admit to the desire for what is not peace, what is not an experience of peace. Or just say, Jesus, I have an experience for something that is not peace.
Mm-hmm. I hear yes, I do have the desire for a death wish below my level of awareness.
And the next thing that we do is we just ask Jesus to help us get in touch with the relishing. That is how much we want that experience of the death wish, how much we desire that as an escape from our own divinity, as an escape from our own self.
Mm-hmm.
To me, the death wish is the same as the desire to be a separate being. It's like, because only if we're an individual separate being can we experience death or birth or death, because otherwise, so it's really the same thing. It's like, it's the ultimate proof that we're real, that separate beings are real. Right? So yeah, we love it.
Love it, love it, love it as like a distraction from the light. Yeah. I'm hearing that it offers us the opportunity to pretend that we're not immortal, like to pretend that we're not undestroyable, to pretend that we're not the light of divine being, and that the ego can keep the story of being a victim alive with the threat of death. As long as the story of death exists, the ego can threaten something.
Yeah, it's like an attack thought.
Yeah.
And there's a loop.
Yeah. It's always based out of guilt. Like, and the guilt is like a projection. Like, I want to project guilt. I don't want to keep guilt. I want to project it. So back to the original
I was going to say,
relishing.
yeah,
Mhm.
we just want to come back down to the.
Yeah, yeah. Because it's synonymous, really. It is.
Like below the projection is the decision.
Yeah. And the death wish is the guilt wish. It is. Yeah.
Yeah, it feels like there's like to go below the guilt and because I feel like there's some holding, like treasure. I treasure this. I treasure the experience of death.
Yeah, we like to ask Jesus if it's
Repetition.
holding or releasing. Yeah.
Yep.
That helps us to get clear on whether there's a like a contracted feeling or an expansive feeling. Feels like a little bit of holding, huh?
Yeah, there's some. Sure.
What I'm hearing is we don't understand what the absence of this would be like. And so holding on to it feels safer.
The absence of the death wish, you say?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Feels safer. Yeah.
No, we can't imagine what it could be like not to be not to have death, not to have the idea of death. I mean, it's
because it's heaven.
Right. Yeah.
It gives us
an entirely different motivation, miracle motivated. Yeah, it would.
Yeah, that's how we've been just asking him to show us how we think that death is heaven.
Are you hearing anything?
Definitely get a yes on security.
Yeah. Yeah. In fact, earlier today, I was doing a joining on keeping the body safe. So that fits right in line with that.
Mhm.
And why would we want to keep the body safe? The threat of death that the ego presents. That's the
Yeah.
or the suffering that would come.
That death offers safety. It's like
Right.
like you were saying, escape. An escape.
The ego, I heard that the ego is wishing for the impossible. That death would offer us escape from. It's an impossible dream. It doesn't. It makes no sense.
Yeah, it's like death to the voice, like not wanting to hear or follow.
And through that we can.
Like it's power. There's power.
Yeah. I saw like a devil with a pitchfork kind of poking a guy in the butt. But to get him to do something like
Mhm.
it's like a torture based motivation, like everything. That's what the ego wants, like I don't understand. That doesn't make sense. Okay, let's just go back to the original relishing.
Yeah, it seems like there's, yeah.
Death, death is really everything. I mean, it's everything in the about the ego is death, and it's like, so even even pleasure, even when you're seeking pleasure, you're actually seeking death, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The key word there is seeking. Seeking, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The seeking is what separates pain and pleasure, makes them seem like two different things. Yeah.
Right. But yeah.
So there's a desire to keep those separate for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
Not sure what the reason is.
Yeah, what I hear is that we could look at the relishing of the power.
Yeah. Oh, I just saw something. It's like we don't trust God with the whole creation. Because I just saw like a body jumping off a cliff into the ocean. And I just saw like the ego's thoughts about that, like, oh, that's dangerous, or oh, better not do that because you might get hurt, or like other people have gotten hurt doing that, so it's probably not a good idea. It's all motivated by this fear. It's like some, what is that?
Hmm. That's a good question. What's under
Yeah.
the fear? What's under the fear or the threat, the sense of threat? What's
Yeah. Yeah, because imagine like the body moving around with the full awareness that there's only God. What's so scary about that? There's something really scary to the ego about that.
Well, yeah, because then the ego doesn't exist, So
Oh,
it'd be pretty
it's like
simple.
the end. That's the end of the ego. That's the end. Yeah.
Yeah, the ego needs death to validate its existence. Yeah. That's, yeah.
So that's the ever looming threat that it holds in place as a barrier between um, a heavenly state of mind and a hellish state of guilt, like a guilty mind, is that
Well, we can look in the investment. We can look at the investment in that, how we think we're getting something out of it. What is, and it comes back to safety again, like safety through form.
yeah, I'm actually hearing comfort. It's like safety is like comfort. It's not really about death. I mean, yeah, the story is death, like, oh, you're gonna die, but what I hear is the threat is more like die a horrible death. Like, because death is just one and done, like bam, you're gone. Okay. But a horrible death, it doesn't sound good. It sounds like something that could be avoided by doing something. Like, oh, if I do this, this, and this, then I can avoid a horrible death. It's an ego trick.
Yeah.
Just get euthanized or something, you mean?
Yeah, we want to stay with the relishing.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I just want to come back to that and
Literally,
and
yeah.
sit with it, because
Yeah.
Martin, what do you feel might be the obstacle to staying focused on the relishing?
What's the obstacle for focusing on the relishing? I don't know. What do you mean?
Yeah, we just, okay, go ahead.
Oh, it feels like sometimes it's like there's a story that like something is always distracting from it. So I just wanted to bring that up.
Distracting from what? Sorry, I'm not sure.
From the relishing, from just being in the feeling.
Relishing.
Yeah.
Something distracting us from being in the relishing, from feeling the relishing.
Let's ask Jesus. How about that?
Is there anything? I mean, we can, we can feel that. Yeah, all right. Yeah.
There we go.
What do you
Now
hear?
there's much more of a feeling of release now.
Yeah, what I see is like where I want to say no to the miracle. And then I get in touch with that. Like I want anything but a miracle for this. Like
Right.
that's
Yeah.
I mean like wanting control.
Yeah, getting in touch with the power part. That was good.
Yeah. Like death is control. Or I can get control through death.
I am reminded of something that Robert Adams once said. Someone asked him, what about crossing the street, or won't you just get hit by a car, or and he said, no, everything takes care of itself. It's so the ego, it makes up a story. It makes up
And there's the decision.
Yeah.
And there's the wanting and the relishing of there being of
Oh, I'm seeing it. Yeah. Like it's like we want the possibility of danger in the mind.
There must have been something in your mind wanting that experience, relishing,
right?
Wanting, desiring that experience.
Yeah.
And
like if I cross the street, I might a car might turn the corner, or if I drink this water, maybe it has something that's not good for me in it, or like just anything like that. It's just
that they can be pointers to
yeah.
the desire, and then we just look at the underlying conditions. Okay, what's under this, whatever's showing up, this thought about a threat.
I'm hearing it that it might be good to do a light test on this.
Okay, I'll check in. And Jesus, in the worksheet, he reminds us not to look upon the error and make it real. He says, this is a denial of yourself. Look not at the experience, join with me to look directly at the desire below the experience. Feels like there's just more energy.
Yeah.
There's holding. I really relish the death wish. There's still some benefit, so we could ask, what else I need to see of the benefit that there is in death.
Oh, I never saw this before, but what just came up was like a fascination with it.
Yeah, obsession.
Yeah.
It's delicious.
I also heard that a good approach to this is throughout the day, just start kind of seeing everything as that, like, oh, I'm eating a death sandwich right now, I'm watching a death movie, I'm sitting on a death couch, I'm taking a death walk, because what that will do is kind of bring like it'll just kind of push, like gently push it up to the surface and keep us from avoiding that it's always there.
Yeah, it's there in everything that we do. And
Yeah, that's, we want to ask, what desire there is, like how it's showing up specifically, because he'll point us specifically to whatever we're keeping, we're holding on to, and
Right.
yeah. So he knows exactly where to. We just ask him for that direction. And it is under everything. It's the death wish is under everything. It's just that as we're clearing desires, we just want to make sure that we're asking him, okay, specifically what is most helpful at the moment.
We could ask him,
because like we can see how there's like a future in okay, I can do this and then that'll work, kind of like running a scenario of what will work in the future. Okay, I could do this and then that'll, so that
hypothetically,
that can be another play of keeping death in the mind. So we just like
Yeah, I'm hearing that the one of the complaints of the ego is it's saying if you keep looking at this, it's going to make you do things you don't want to do. I just keep hearing that. You're going to have to do things you don't want to do. And then I'm seeing all the ways that the ego rebels against having to do things it doesn't want to do. Like maybe I'm going to be made to do things I don't want to do. So I'm going to have a really cold relationship with everybody. Or I'm going to I'm going to have to do things I don't want to do. So I'm going to be really sloppy with my interactions. And I don't know. It's just this rebellious kind of like, well, if I am going to have to keep looking here, then I'm going to raise hell, basically.
Death. Yeah, it's like death is going to come from looking. This is going to kill me if I keep looking.
It doesn't make any sense. Jesus, do we believe that? Does the light experience death? No. Does the light need to be obsessed about death?
No.
That's another, that's another.
Need to be, what about death?
Obsessed.
Oh, upset. Okay.
Obsessed.
No, okay, no. All right.
Have an obsession. Yeah. No.
Obsessed. Okay.
Oh yeah, yeah. What I was hearing is like seeing the contrast between the light and the death wish. Put those two in the hand, the light handshake.
Yeah. Let all things be as they are. I will let all things be as they are today. Yeah. It reminded me of that course passage because there's a type of going into it that's ego driven, that's urgency driven, that isn't really gentle. And it's easy to drift into that, to kind of go sideways. That's where the relishing is, that vertical channel, that pillar of light. It's like, gotta stay there. Unless you want to go into the roller coaster. Wee-haw, and we've all been down it and we know what that's like.
Yeah, it's like looking at the addiction. There's an addiction. I actually have an addiction to that.
I have an addiction to the death story. Yeah. Because it's a story I'm addicted to. I want to make that story my reality. I want to build castles around that story. Build a kingdom, a whole universe around that story. Yeah, that's the ego's modus operandi. It's like, yeah.
And like deny that.
Right. I'm not blatantly, the kingdom's not a blatant tribute to death. It's a veiled tribute to death. So I want to build a kingdom that is all about the death story while telling everyone it's not.
This is life. This is natural.
Yeah, this is normal. Yeah, it's that push and pull. It's like an addiction to back to the relishing of the power.
Mhm.
It's an addiction to like that push and pull. Or as Kay has said before, the virtual reality virtual reality well, we could say helmet. It's like you put your little virtual reality goggles on and let's have a death experience. You take it off and it affected nothing, but it didn't accomplish, it wasn't purposeful. There wasn't anything related to divine purpose.
Yeah. It's like it's a flip of that, and coming back to that, it's like a flip where in the mind, heaven is seen, death is seen as heaven.
Yeah, upside down perception. I just read that in a course yesterday.
Yeah. And it's like a falling away of the more we join and the more we look, there's like a falling away of what's untrue. So there's
If that,
nothing
yeah,
really,
if that,
it's the only thing that's dying is an idea
yeah,
we have of, of what we are. And it's,
yeah.
so it's the relinquishment of, or the ceasing to deny what's here. And I hear there's more to see with this.
Yeah.
This is very rich for.
Yeah. There's a bigger opening though, I feel.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I just saw that, like, if going down that journey in the direction of illusions felt good, then sure, go for it. But it doesn't. It doesn't feel good.
There's going to be a lot of,
Yeah.
kind of.
And a lot of kind of like emotions that are just not really enjoyable.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's
why the joining is so helpful, because it's just like, like, yes, all this, there's noise, there's the ego is like, you're gonna die if you look, and that's, it's like, sure that there's that argument that it's sure that that's what's gonna happen. And we just see the lights here, oh, and then we just stay with him. He's like, stay with me. Stay with me.
Yeah, if it could be put really simply, it would just be, this feels better in the long run. This does feel better. So much better than going down the boardwalk of the amusement park illusions. It just
Yeah. Yeah, it's facing it's just facing it head on, where
yeah. Well, should we ask if we're ready to receive a miracle? I think there's just going to be a continuous looking here.
yeah. Yeah, I hear there's more to see.
But I am reminded now of that course passage of, if we look directly,
Yeah.
if we were actually able to, we would see that there's nothing there.
Yeah.
So we can always hold that in mind, even while we're looking.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and we can ask for more miracles, and it's feels like much lighter.
It does. It really does. Yeah. Yeah, I noticed like everything feels like feels warmer or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like almost always at the end of these joinings, it's like, wow, something feels brighter.
Yeah.
Yeah. How are we doing on time?
We're a little over our time.
A little over? Okay.
Mhm.
All right. All right. Well, thank you everyone for joining tonight. And Renee, did you have anything else you wanted to share?
Let's see. Tomorrow will be oh shoot. I'm trying to remember what the theme is. It's Saturday Night Live.
Somebody visiting from another country or something? Or on the joining?
No, tonight at 9 Central. There's
tonight at 9. Okay.
A joining. If you want to check the messenger group for details. Or you can always ask to be in to join the messenger group on Facebook. And let's see.
Is there a link to that available on the YouTube or just the
YouTube,
Facebook page?
yeah, usually there's a link to our app and the website, and once they go to the website, they can sign up.
So it's pretty easy to find.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
And let's see. Release the desire to avoid supreme happiness. That's tomorrow nice. Evening.
Nice.
So at 7:00 Central.
Beautiful. All right. Well, thank you, beloved mighty companions.
Thank you.
Have a wonderful evening. Namaste.
Okay.
Blessing.